world. So, I was thinking, you know how everyone is born into this world as infants, feeble, needing someone to care for them and take responsibility for their well-being as parents. As we grow older and we forget that we need family, we distance ourselves from them, do things to them that shouldn't even be mentioned, really. Quite sad. But if you think about something right now, the same people that care for you while you're an infant or child we look for those to care for us when we get older, because we enter back into the state, in a sense, of infancy with elder age. When we become weaker, bones begin to yes, crack, break. The body begins to deplete. Doesn't mean that the spirit does, just the suit. And we spend all this time trying to satisfy ourselves, and sometimes we forget the most important thing is family. Where did we go wrong, world? At what point did we forget the importance of family? Not only having people in our lives that we call family, cousins, brothers, uncles, aunts, mothers, foster mothers, foster fathers, whatever. It's not about a title. It's about a bond that's created in a family dynamic. Where did we go wrong, world? How did we forget the importance of having family values? We allowed our selfishness, greed to forget those things. It's just something I was thinking about. When you become feeble towards the end of your age, will there be people around your bedside honoring your life, cherishing the memories that you and I had a chance to share with them? This is a question that I will impose to the world, and self included. I know in my past things were not the greatest, but I don't spend my time back there. I'm looking to the future. And that's the greatest thing about the gift that we receive every day that we open our eyes. And that's the opportunity to do the right thing. The opportunity to change one's course of direction in their lives. We get a chance every day that we wake up But the enemy wants us to forget this. Wants us to feel as if we have to kick and scream and fight and pray and fast 75 days in a row. Whatever the case may be. You know, all it takes is an intent inwardly in the heart and connect with the mind to say, I'm done living the way that I once lived according to. Once you get that fire begins to light inside of your heart again, I can assure you, world, your life will change for the better. Do we got to change? Do we need to allow some of the things that no longer serve us in life, let those things go? Absolutely. Some things, yes. Examples. Your faithfulness to your family, your wife or husband. I don't know about you, world, but I've been cheated on. I've also done cheating. Being foolish in my younger years and lacking wisdom and not understanding that what we do sometimes in this body has effects towards the ones that we love. Self-control, if you will. These are one of the fruits of the Spirit. Gentleness, long-suffering, kindness. These gifts, or fruits, if you will, they don't come up overnight. And I think that's where a lot of preachers gone wrong, preaching behind the pulpits, as if once you get saved, you saved. That's what they call it. You're supposed to transform immediately. And that's what I didn't understand when I sat myself in a pew under the voice of a so-called shepherd. If you read in one of the words where it speaks about that you need no one to teach you, no man to teach you, yet you'll have preachers tell you that, no, you need to sit down underneath my voice, which just is not true. Of course they can be used to influence us, to give us strength and understanding through wisdom if they walk that course out correctly and with purity of heart. But the one who teaches us all things is the master of wisdom, the creator of all things, the divine royal family, which shares with all, openly and freely, if you choose to ask, if you desire it. For the divine will never force anything upon you. It is something that you must desire in your heart. And that desire usually starts with just a thought, an epiphany, if you will. Where some say that they begin to become sick and tired of being sick and tired. I reached that point in my life not too long ago. And I've been on a journey ever since to change it for the better And the same opportunity is offered, to you as well, world. It's called change and direction. You should not lose hope, but gain hope in the words in which we speak. For there's true wisdom, understanding, morsels of food, if you will, that you can chew on for quite some time, allow it to digest into your spiritual bodies. Hallelujah. Do not forget that first and foremost, world, you are loved. That is not to say that the things that you do against your neighbor don't have repercussions. For we are that mirror. The energy that we put out into the world is what we will receive back from the world. Hence, look at the corruption or the evil, the unruly and undivinely or godly acts against your neighbors. This is that energy in which we all send out. It's finally coming back to us. But for a purpose now. So that you and I can see clearly into the mirror of self-reflection. And we can gain wisdom and the desire to change these actions. Yes. I believe it was said quite well when it spoke about works of the flesh. Not to say that all works in the flesh are wrong. It's the intent behind them. Yes. And your heart is the rudder as well as your tongue that can steer the ship you're the pirate. Or the sailor, whichever you choose to be, world, that you will be. Thanks for listening. We love you, world. And until next time, we are your queen.